Good evening everyone, this is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits and all kinds of insurance. If you are not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website MPIinvest.com to join the free investment community. Coming to stock market today, the Nifty opened with a major gap up. It opened at 16,520 and from there went on a continuous rise till afternoon, which was at 16,562. But from there we could see some profit being booked and Nifty did fall by end of the day and closed at 16,588. At one point of time it did touch 16,490, that was at the open, but after that by end of the day is where it touched again a low. So that's something that has to be noticed, because one important thing that you need to know is why did the Nifty open with such a big gap up? There is no reason for it to actually open such a big gap up. Yes, the US market did recover yesterday evening after the Netflix result, but then what is it? Except maybe the only thing that you can look out was Reliance. Yes, so Reliance actually did open with a big gap up of almost 4% after the government reduced the windfall tax. But then after that we could see immediately sell off happening in Reliance, and Reliance came down, but still the Nifty continued to stay up. There was major support given by banks and IT till the afternoon. It was only in the afternoon that the banks kind of lost steam, but then we could see major power in the IT sector, especially we could see the Infosys and DCS kind of flying and supporting the Nifty today. And there was no reason for IT to actually recover, except that probably Nasdaq closed very strongly yesterday. So with all this, it was an unexpected up move that happened today, and of course that car got sold into by end of the day, and it was a consolidating day, I would say, overall. So of course we did book some small losses in the gold club, but then kind of managed it, and we are sure tomorrow, by tomorrow we should be exiting with profits. So that's something that we are looking out for. So post lunch actually we could see some sell off in the market, but along with that there was also the European market, which was kind of in the start was slightly in the green, but then slowly started seeing some sell off. In fact, a little later the UK inflation data did come, and it has again hit a 40-year high and touched 9.4%, which was higher than the market expectation of 9.1%. So things are not looking good in terms of inflation again in UK, and again yes, the UK with the UK inflation data, inflation fears have come back probably. So after that we could also see another news coming from Europe, where Russia has kind of tightened the supply of natural gas by at least putting the European countries into trouble, and the European countries are actually being asked to curb their consumption of natural gas by at least 15% until next spring. So this is kind of not good for European market, and we could see the European markets kind of falling by end of the day. But along with that, if you look at the US markets, the US futures are also kind of flat today, and as I look at the US markets right now, they are kind of still trading in the green. So Nasdaq is looking really strong, probably the power from Netflix is still continuing, and it's still up by 1.6%. S&P 500 is up by 0.79%, and Dow Jones is up by 0.27%. But a little earlier it had actually opened downwards and was a negative, but as we speak I see that it is actually recovering. So that's something that can be seen as a good sign. But if you look at the Nifty, yes, we could expect Nifty to open almost flat tomorrow, unless US market actually goes much higher and closes. I don't think there is any other reason why Indian market can see a major gap up or gap down tomorrow. So if you look at the markets today, the major winners, the top gainers in Nifty 50 pack, on the top is of course ONGC, which was up by 3.71%, Tech Mahindra up by 3.6%, TCS up by 2.82%, HCL Tech up by 2.79%, and Reliance up by 2.54%. Among the top losers were HDFC Life down by 1.99% after the results. Mahindra & Mahindra was down 1.82% after touching another 52-week high, and Sun Pharma was down by 1.13%. So if you look at the sectors, the major support came in today from the IT sector. So IT sector was just recovering big time with no reason, like I said, and kind of put us all into trouble. But it is okay. I'm sure people must be happy as the portfolios are looking much greener now. But is this here to sustain? Like I told you in the morning, 16,600 is a very major resistance, and until 16,600 is kind of broken, I don't see a reason for it to sustain. So only good thing that I would say for right now is FIS have continued to buy today. Yes, they've again bought for 1,780 crores. Yes, one of the biggest buy. I don't even remember when they crossed more than 1,000 crores of buying recently. So of course that's a really good news. And when FIs are buying for so much, the DIs are of course booking the profits. So DIs have sold for 230 crores. So that's what is happening right now. So looking at the market, there are some important results that came in. Wipro results came out after the market closed, and as expected and discussed in the morning, the results were not good. Their profit has tanked 21% year on year. So that's not good. But one good thing I could say is revenues have grown by 16%. So majorly it is the cost. So yes, as similar to any other IT sector company right now, their cost is also at a really high, and that's something which is keeping their profits under capped at a very low level. So that's something not really looking good. Let's see how the market reacts to the Wipro news tomorrow. And apart from that, IndusInd Bank came up with results, and yes, it was an amazing result. The profit has jumped 60% year on year and has beaten the market estimate. So I'm sure tomorrow IndusInd Bank would be having a green day. So that's something that we can watch out for. So for now, I would say we need to only look at the US markets right now, how they are going to close today. So based on that, let's decide how to expect the market tomorrow. So we'll discuss all that in the morning podcast. But for now, like I told you, SGX Nifty is kind of indicating opening at, right now trading at around 16,500. So unless the US market actually closes with a big green and some other news crops up, we should expect a flat opening in the Nifty tomorrow. So if that is the case, we could expect a closing of or the expiry closing in tomorrow by around 16,550 to 16,400 levels. So that's something that I would be looking out for, and based on that I would be taking my trades as well. We are already sitting with some good positions in the gold club, which are kind of sure to give us some profit tomorrow. So with that, this is the end of the podcast for the day. But if you love the content that we share, do press the like button and share this with your friends to help them learn and invest together with us. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, do press the subscribe button along with the bell icon to ensure that you get the latest updates direct to your inbox. So with that, this is Srikant Rajan signing off until we catch up on the morning podcast tomorrow. Goodbye.